Okay, good work. So we've made our way safely out of the Pleistocene, and we have uh, all our new capabilities as human beings intact. We're actually coming into a period where all of those capabilities that exploded in the Pleistocene are going to come to even greater fruition in the times of settled human beings and in the times of urbanization. This week we're going to tackle the uh, the settled food production part of it, which is called the Neolithic. Neolithic dates from about 5,000, about 14,000 years ago to about 6 or 7 thousand years ago. We'll say 6,000 for the sake of argument. And the this period, which is called the Holocene, and really lasts from 14,000 years ago to the present, is a period not of ice ages. There are little tiny ice ages that come along, in the last few hundred years, but basically it's a period particularly around 5 to 9,000 years ago, when the world was hotter than it is now. People were living further north in very comfortable circumstances. As a matter of fact, we can tell the difference between the early Holocene, the Neolithic, and the late Holocene, which we'll call the Urbanic, by looking at what kind of clothes they were wearing. In the warmer Middle Holocene, people wore clothes mainly made out of flax in Eurasia, and then after that time, they put on woolen clothes. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. But anyway, we're coming to this early period of the Holocene. It's warmer, nicer, and wetter. A warmer world is a wetter world, and so that means more concentrated resources, so you can settle down, raise a bunch of kids, population of the world increases, but we don't have cities yet. It's still a distinctively Neolithic world. That is a world of villages, not of cities. Villages are, 500 people or less. They tend to be organized around kinship principles, which we'll study in detail later on in the semester, and they are, they're independent unto themselves. They're not rural. Rural and urban go together, but it's a different world in the sense that everything is sort of rural, or maybe sort of suburban. Hesitate to use that term, but anyway, it's something that most of us can connect with. It's a suburban world, and and during that time period, most of the plants and animals that we eat as food items today were domesticated. In these villages, people were clever about how they managed plants and animals. Only a very few things have been domesticated since. And one of the things that I want to convey to you is that this is a worldwide event. The world warmed up all over, and people settled down all over, and people started domesticating plants all over. Earliest domesticated plant that I'm aware of was the banana 14,000 years ago in New Guinea. So, it was not something that happened in the Near East and spread out from there. Conditions of global climate made it possible for that to happen everywhere. So, turn to your books and your quizzes and whatnot, and sort of feel this great change that comes over the world, and humans are responding to it. And discuss this in your discussion periods and come up with some good ideas for me to think about. All right?